Well, here we are in Kew, and this is an old building from the 1800s. Great Fingal Mine Office. So it must be central for everyone to come and get their mining permits and everything. But over that way, there's some old mining ruins. We're going to drive around there and see if we can have a bit of a look at them. But this is at Kew, Western Australia. But isn't it a beautiful old building? It's a shame they got the fence so far back, but they said the roof's a bit dodgy. But gee, going in those old buildings is really interesting. Anyway, we'll keep going. Well, today we're at Kew and we're over that way. It's called the Mount Fink mine or something, gold mine. But we're on our way a little bit further to what used to be the old town site of Mount Fink, or Fink town site, something like that. But we're going to go over here and have a look at what looked like an old house ruin. I don't know much about it, but I always find those things interesting. But there's a couple of things here I want to show you. Now, in my last video, I picked up what looked like a steel ring, and I said it had a hinge on it. Now, in the olden days, I can remember when I was a kid, the headlights of a car used to be held in place by a ring that went around the outside of it, and we have headlights today, just all one piece. And this is one of those headlights that it would have held in. It's one of these. But, for a lot of people this is just junk, but when I look at junk I see a story of people that used to live here. You know, an old-fashioned oil filter. Just different things, you know. An old lid off an old oil drum. But we'll go over here to where Iron is and have a look at this old foundation, this old house. So we'll have a bit of a look. Now, this was a gold mine just behind us, so you're probably walking over. If you had a metal detector, you'd probably find bits and pieces if you can. But of course you can't because you're on someone else's lease. But have a bit of a look. A little bit more old mining infrastructure. They don't in this area they tend to do more open cut mine here, so that means they don't go under the ground, they just follow the gold ore down with the open cut. But we'll go over here and have a look at this old house. Now this rock here, when I used to work in a gold mine, what's the name of it was? Can't remember what it was called. But it's this rock that the gold has in it. And when I was working on a gold mine one day, they decorate the garden beds with all this. I was walking past and I picked up a rock about this size, and it was just full of gold flake everywhere. But I threw it back. They've got cameras everywhere in a gold mine, so they'll sort of be watching you. But it was pretty interesting. But that's the kind of rock you get it out of.
Which one is the gold one? The grey one?
Yeah, the grey rock is what you find gold ore in.
Oh, okay.
And what I was saying is that can't remember the name of the gold mine, but they used to get crushed rock and put it in the garden beds. But the crushed rock actually had gold in it.
Gosh.
So, but of course they're always looking at you for a camera somewhere. And then you got this here, you got ore.
Gosh, look at that.
So this,
That's a pretty...
These are the kind of things where you might find a flake of gold or something, but not much in there today. But you'll see it, because gold is with ore too. So, quartz.
Quartz, yeah.
So look at this old building. Now I don't know. Oh, it's an old tank, water tank. Okay, that's what it is.
Water tank.
It's an old water tank. So when you look around here, there's a lot of runoff of water here. So I would say in the old days, they'd catch water here and then it'll be pumped down over there somewhere. But that's what it is. And the interesting thing is, now if you look over there, now that piece of wood and that drum's deliberate, because when you travel in those outback places, the animals get caught in here, lizards and things. They come in, for some reason they get in here, but they can't get out. but someone's obviously put a piece of wood there for an animal or something to get out of here in times gone past, and that's why it's been left there. And you look at the old tin there, that used to be, looks like it's been shot to bits with a gun. But if you look around in here, sometimes you see old bones of things that...
It's pretty dry.
But there's not much in here today. But yeah, that's just interesting over there, isn't it? Well, there's probably red rock here and quartz. If you look up through there.
I wonder if this is how it is naturally.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, maybe. They've had a few bit of machinery here pulling it around, but up there looks like pretty natural. And this is the kind of ground you get gold in, where it's like a bit ore. You got that white rock in it. You know, it doesn't mean you're going to find a lot of gold, but that's one of the signs to look for. I don't really know nothing about it, but
What do you reckon this was?
I don't know, but I'd say it'd be part of a boiler or something like that. It's probably been here from the 1800s, you know. It's incredible when you think about it. Someone's cut a hole in it for some reason, but with all the bolts and things in it, I would say it'd have something to do with steam pressure, for sure.
Like that noise.
If you come over here, I saw something that's interesting. It's a big old bolt there. You know, a lot of people look at this and think, what are you looking at? But, you know, there is just so much story here, so much history. An old drum over there. I thought this might have been a pipe, but it's just a long piece of rebar steel.
Oh.
But you can see the water runs down through here. Let's just have a look on here. Just a bit.
That's really nice, isn't it?
You know, sometimes you might see a flake of gold or something in some of these.
Pretty shiny.
It's not too bad. I just saw this thing here. Now when they come out and you know, study feasibility studies for making a mine, this is a part of a drill sample. So they drill down through the rock, all different lengths, sometimes a few metres, sometimes 100 metres. And they bring long, you know, sometimes these are probably 2 or 3 metres long. And they take it back to a lab and they break it all apart and see how much gold's in it. And a feasibility study is to decide whether there's enough gold there to make a mine. But that's what it is. That's from a test bore drill. I just thought it was interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Now I don't know if you could see here, but this is something you see often out in gold places. It's all this, a bottle dump. Look at that now, I can tell you that will be from the 1800s, no problem. But if you look in the sun, all the glass here, it's just a shame. We went to another place, where we're staying at Nallon Station, there's another place where there's an old homestead we went to one day, and we found all these amazing old bottles. Look at these ones. Look how deep that is, and look how thick that glass is. What if they made them thick for when they travel on horse and cart, they wouldn't break. But that's really quite incredible. See all the shiny bits? Absolutely amazing. Look at that. This is would weigh half a kilo. It's quite incredible. Oops, a daisy. I didn't think it'd break it. Oh, I thought we'd just see that. There you go. You can certainly see the amount of glass that's here. It's interesting when you go to the old homesteads and things, you know, there's you'll be surprised if you got a metal detector. You do find a lot of rubbish, a lot of tin, but you can find old coins and all kinds of things. But out here, this is on someone's lease. Probably belongs to that mine over there. And if you're out here with a metal detector, well, they'll soon have the cops out here and arrest you. You couldn't say you're looking for gold. I mean, you couldn't say you're looking for coins. I just think you're looking for gold. Oh, well, let's go move on to the next spot. From here, we're going to go for a drive, well, maybe 40 minutes. It's out to a place, Walga Rock. Now, I've been there about 4 years ago. You know, sometimes when you visit places, you see things differently, you know. But there's lots of Aboriginal art out there, and maybe a bit of a sacred site. But we'll go out there and have a look. It's quite nice, and I'll show you a ship out there. No one knows how this painting of a ship ended up with the Aboriginal art. Well, obvious, maybe someone did paint it, but I don't know. It's sort of a, you know, a lot of people say, oh, the Aboriginals went to the coast and saw a boat and came back and drew it, but nobody kind of knows. But let's go, we'll get in the car and we get out there and have a bit of a look. Well, here we are coming up to a place called Walga Rock, and here you're going to see some Aboriginal art and probably learn a little bit about the history of this area that the Aboriginals used to live in. Walga Rock, the Uluru of the West, the second largest monolith in Australia, and is home of the largest rock art gallery in Western Australia. And it just goes on, da-di-da, and there's lots of birds here, just those kind of things, art gallery, so let's go in. Here it is here, look how beautiful that is coming in there. Look at the colours in those rocks. Let's have a bit of a looky, see if we can get in there. You know, what's going on here, bro? You know? Look at that. Look at those rocks just sitting there. Like that, it just look like they could slide off at any moment. Look at that. You know, being honest with you, we've been here before, but let me tell you what, when you come back a second time, it's totally different. It's always different. Look at the beautiful colours on those rocks. Absolutely beautiful. Now there's a path going around there, so it's nice. Hey Toots, what do you reckon we go this way first, round this path, and let those people do that bit? We'll go around here a bit. We want to talk on our cameras, so if someone else is there, it's sort of a bit awkward. Let's go up here and have a look. Look at the beautiful, even though it's just water, isn't it absolutely beautiful? This is living, Barry. They said, you know, going to BCF was living, but this is living. Look at that. It's not too bad. You know, when I come to these places, I kind of think of, you know, thousands of years ago, there's Aboriginals living around here, and they lived here for whatever time they did. It's really quite remarkable, isn't it? So I think this is the other way into having a look at some of the art. Let's go. Well, here we go. It's a pity you didn't understand more about what it means. Look at these here. You know that? It's hard to tell, isn't it? But you know, I don't sort of put a number on anything, but you just don't know really how old it is. But it's certainly must be thousands of years of old. Look at that hand. You know, it's incredible that this stuff stays on the rock. As long as they do. Yeah, well see, that looks like one of their, oh, I can see. Like their, what do they call them, snakes? Woggle snake or something? You can see that snake there. Yeah. Let's go this way a bit more. So these look like snakes, don't they? Snakes curled up. A little bit hard to tell what they are, but as you can see, there's more here. Something up there. It's really quite remarkable. You can see old gee, you know, I suppose the weather gets to them over a while. You know, this is faced with harsh sun every day, so probably takes its toll. Look how the vegetation grows out of there. A little bit more up there. If you walk along, you can see how there's just moisture seeping out of the rock. That's probably why all these plants grow here. Something there, a bit of a snake maybe. Kind of looks better from a distance when you stand back from it, doesn't it? See, we've got that hand up there. That there looks like a crowd of people, like different heads, and someone got their hand up out of the crowd maybe.
That's what you call him?
Yeah. Well, who's the Aboriginal lady now? What do you think, Tots?
Good. What's the name of that? You know, that
Oh,
scary man.
yeah, I don't really know, being honest with
I
you.
can't remember what his name was.
You see over there's a ship.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of speculation about why there's a ship painted there, but down here there must have been a dentist because there's a tooth. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, see, there's a lot to do with the rainbow serpent, that's what it is. But, you know, I'm kind of not sure what a ship would do there because the Aboriginals wouldn't have written like that.
No.
So, you know, this is, you know, that's a Western person's, white man's story there,
Definitely.
where this is all Aboriginal story. Because I was just saying on here that Aboriginals wouldn't have come back from the ocean and seen a boat and then write something like that. That's
No.
just nonsense.
Oh, look at that. All the handprints on there.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know.
There are a lot of handprints.
Where are they? Can't see on here.
Gosh, it's quite remarkable. Look up there. Gosh, all those, I don't know if you can see them, but all those wasp nests up there. Or actually, they're not wasp nests, they're bird's nests. Because you get little birds that make those little...
You reckon they're birds?
Yeah, they're definitely bird's nests. Remember in other places we've seen them?
Yeah, they're like swallows, aren't they? You can hear them.
Definitely. Look at all that colour up there.
You can see where they've been here. Yeah, that's incredible.
It's pretty interesting. We just can't kind of grasp how old this is, but I don't know, I think it's worth driving out here. It's about 40 minutes drive from Kew, and it's all signposted, so you can't get lost. From here we're going to go and have a look at Big Bell, the old ghost town, so that should be interesting. Look at that. Been here for thousands of years, probably longer and longer, you can imagine. Like a silent monument in time, just sitting here all this time. Well, it must be salt that leaches out of the rock there. Gosh, it's remarkable. See, now over there in the distance, there's another big rock. And I set the eye on this rock here. You know, you can walk to the end and walk up the top of the rock if you want to. But I wonder if on the other side of the rock there's more paintings. We just don't know. Doesn't mean that the Aborigines were just on this side. So we might go and get the drone out and have a bit of a look. So we drove around the other side of Walga Rock. Well, those beautiful flowers. See, they look nice in the light, don't they? Over here, everything's so beautiful and green. Come around this side and get a bit of light on it properly. Like that. Very nice. Now we're camera people, so you make the use of the light shining on that. But I came around here because, you know, it gets to 50 degrees or more out here, and this rock heats up and expands, and hot days, cold nights, it must make it crack. And all these pieces used to be part of it, but they've all just tumbled down. Might go up there and have a look. Never know, might find something interesting. I often wondered if the Aboriginals painted or did things around this side of the rock. See, look at this piece here, how it's just dropped off there. It's quite remarkable, isn't it? I'll go up here a bit further. You can walk up the top of this rock, but I can see all I want to see with the drone. Come up a little bit. Look at that there. Look how that piece is just cracked off. Must be a thunderous sound when you hear it night time or something and you hear it break off. What did catch my eye was that big boulder's just sitting here, just on the edge, waiting to tumble. It's really quite good, but look out here. So there's nothing for more than 100 kilometres that way. We're just looking towards Walga, and Q's back that way about 50k. It's pretty nice. Must be cattle out here because I've got it all fenced off. Just to here. I was half thinking whether, oh, if you hear me breathing on a microphone, I'm an old bloke, you know. I just wanted to see in here. Look at these old swallows' nests. See, look in there. I don't know if you can see in there. That's a swallow's nest. You can see down on the wall there's been plenty of them. Look how that's cracked. Like, these rocks are really heavy and strong, but they still crack. I just sort of have a look around here. Well, that's pretty. Isn't that beautiful? You know, the Aboriginals would have walked all around here, looking around and working out where they want to camp for the night. But there you go, Walga Rock. If you're in Kew and you're staying for a while, start at Nullan Station. Nullan Station, 12 kilometres north of Kew. And you can explore everything in this area from that station. Kew is well worth a stop if ever you're coming through. A lot of people, it's halfway to Karajini, so a lot of people stop here and have a night or something, but you need a couple of nights here at least to see everything. Well, 3 nights if you want to have a proper look around. So quiet out here, it's beautiful. Oh well, we'll go back to the car. You know, you think about it. If you're Aboriginal, like, don't think I'm knocking them. No way. They've got their story, they live by their story. And they call how we live white man's stories. So we have 2 different stories. And done a little bit of studying Aboriginal, try and understand their view of the world. But you know, you think about, if you're out here and you're know the land, you know how to find food and water, and it's just not a care in the world. You don't have to worry about like us, we've got to save money and do this and do that, and they're just chilled. That's how they live their life. You know, it's, you know, capitalism's made us think to live a certain way, but when you think about it, I don't know, a good easy life, no bills, nothing. It's just completely simple. But I think I've got to go up this way. Oh, okay, I do. Getting a bit lost. Here we go. But you know, I like all cultures, and you know, there's something about when you come out into these remote places, if you just stand there and you're quiet, it's like the voice of nature. You sort of, imagine that you hear what the Aboriginals hear. And they come out here, and when you stop and you don't talk like I am, there's the sound of birds, things that's absolutely beautiful, you know. And you think about it. They just need a bit of water, a bit of food, and you know, the day's easy. You can just lay around. You know, they probably sit around and talk about, you know, their lives just like we do, and talk about the things they've learnt, the knowledge they have from living on the land. It's really, don't knock it. But you know, it is what it is. We live a different life and can't change that. But we're going to go off and look at Big Bell Ghost Town. Now, Big Bell Ghost Town is a town that used to be there because of the gold mine not too far from it, and all the town people live there. And let me just get this right, and just trying to get the sun. And so all that's left there is the big old hotel. Like all these old gold towns, the last thing standing is always a hotel. They were made to last. But we're going to go there, have a bit of a look. And the old township's gone, but if you go around, there are plaques saying, you know, the school was here and the doctors was there and all the different things. But in the video I'll try and put up a few pictures of what it used to look like. So let's go and we'll go and see you at Big Bell. Rock honey mining, that's what the old yute's about. And to my left is the driveway, must be the road to a little mine site in there. But gee, it's an old car, isn't it? Look at the history in it.
Skeleton?
Pardon?
Skeleton.
Where's the skeleton?
In the driving seat.
Oh! Oh, mate's in there. And the only finger they left on him is the middle finger. That's a bit sus. How good's that? Gosh, it's an old ute, isn't it? I don't know what it'll be, but it's pretty good. Oh well. Yeah, beautiful old building there. They're restoring it actually, and I'll have to read up again what it was used for. But it's pretty well right in the middle of the town centre of Kew. But we'll have a bit of a look when I go back, and I'll put a name with the video.